Here's one of the things I do on this end to help me locate resources that I might need or that I currently have in my current game. So I'll kind of show you what I did and kind of like why I did it, and the problem I was looking to solve. Because usually when I design something, I try to design it in a way where it has multiple applications. You can call it entry points is not the proper term, but it can be. It would be like saying how you could write a note, but the note can be used for so many different things. It's just a note that's written in, let's say pen on paper, but the note can be used for so many different things. Um, so basically, what I do when I download mods, and I don't have the time right now to invest in specific interfaces and DLLs and things like that. So my application just looks for downloads. Doesn't matter where, what website it comes from. It looks for them. When it gets them, it automatically migrates them over into what I call a managed download folder. It's just a folder that you configure, and you say whenever downloads come in, I want to put them here. It's not a common folder for all games. It's for each specific game. So each specific game that you configure over here, like in Fallout 4, has its own download folder. And you configure all of that. So it's not, I mean, there's a default configuration that you can use, but you put things where you want them. You can spread them across drives. They can be all over the place. Anyways, that being said, so once I download a mod, the mod goes in the manage downloads, which is over here. And this is just a listing of folders, or listing of files that are in a specific folder. And there's a lot of flexibility built into whether you want to use mapped folders, network folders, whatever you want to use. Right now, it's just a local folder. And then I have an application over here that I wrote quite a while ago. This has been it's been a few years. I wanted to have a program, like this is like this thing that you could call a mod manager is really a front end. It's a front end to other functions and other things. And I wanted these libraries that comprise this application to be both like form oriented, where you would have a form, or if you run it from a command line. So that's one of the design specifications I had once I started working on it, because I wanted that flexibility. And you could also use them in other applications. But that being said, I had created what we used to call years ago quick and dirties. A quick and dirty is a very fast program you write. You're not so much worried about structure and documentation and things like that. You just want to get it to work. It's designed to serve a purpose. So one of the problems I had was database management. How do you manage the database? You've got a bunch of files. How do you manage those? So I had written programs that do various things. Some of them are what I call brute force. Not a brute force hack, but they don't really parse data files at this point. These older, what I call QADs, quick and dirties, they don't really parse data files based on the file structure. They look for text strings within the file. So it's very rudimentary, but it gets the job done. And one of these applications was designed, these are command line utilities. One of these things was designed to look at the contents of each one of these archives. You give it a folder. If you were to look at it, it would be, I think it's, is it a build? Let me take a look at that real quick. Give me 1 second here, because I don't really use these that much, but I do use them every now and then. I think it's build, I don't know if it's contains, or might be archive catalog. Let's see if that is what it is. So, okay, so basically these are command line utilities, and they're based around a certain framework. So to speed up utility development, I created a shell of a program. It has everything's the same except for what the actual utility does. So some utilities create a giant list of files, others will index files, but they're all based around the same framework. So there's certain parameters you can pass to it that are the same across every single utility. Therefore, what works in one utility will work in all. Okay. So what I did with one of these utilities that I wrote, and if you need one or something, just holler, because they're anybody's welcome to use them. I think I uploaded them to the old. I started uploading them to the old. I think it was Tales of Two Wasteland, but I think that server was run by an individual. I think it went down, or he kind of just didn't want to do it no more, because I think it got just a lot of problems or something cropped up. But anyways, so what I do is I take a look at these archives, right? So if I'm going to open an archive, and basically all that did was just call 7z in the GUI form to show me what's in the archive, actually what's in the archive. So I look at what's in the archive, and then I add that to a database. And that is what I had posted for you. So if, for example, what I did is and if you want the database, let me know. It's basically just a text file. Everything that I do is in a text file format. The application can read compressed text files if space is a problem, and that's automatically handled. It's nothing you have to do if it's compressed, it knows it's compressed and it decompresses it. But and these get big, really, really big. So what I wanted to be able to do was I needed an index. I needed a way to like, let's say, because part of the idea behind this application wasn't just to mod my game. It was to troubleshoot the game, but it was also to assist in troubleshooting other people's modding issues. So that's partially built in right now, and that will be fully fleshed out here, hopefully this year. Like I say, it's a super big project. So if somebody posts a load order, like where you had posted the name of your ESP, what I basically did is took the name of the ESP, and then I said, okay, we're going to do a search. Again, this menu it's just however you want to configure it. I just throw stuff in here. It's all in a text file, so nothing's hard coded in the application. So I don't have to recompile things. I don't really like having to go in and recompile little bitty changes. I leave that up to the user. But what we want to do is we want to look for contained in. We want to look, and that's just what I called it. You can call it anything you want. So what I want to do is I want to search for a file that's contained in an archive. Okay, so and you can actually design this form if you want. It's a text file as well. But so I hit enter, and what I'm doing is I'm looking for this file that is contained in one of these archives. And the bigger the database is, the more files you have, the larger that database is going to get. When it's done, it should give us the name of the file we are looking for. And there you go. So it tells me it is found within this almanac. So what I can do is I can go over to here, and I can do a find. Let's see, is it Almanac? Okay, so it's in 2. I believe this is the one we need. Okay, so now we can actually look at the archive and see what we're looking at. So there's your textures and all of that stuff. You can also do it with the database. The database is over here in these utilities, and this is what I call it. You can call it whatever you want. I put the game name in front of it, but we're looking for Fallout 4 contains. Let's see. Fallout 4 contains Fallout. No, that's New Vegas. Fallout 4 catalog. There's requires full contains. This is it. All right. So we're gonna bring. Is that it? There we go. This is big. Like this is really, really big. So what you can see is it's. I tried to come up with a file format that was easy to read, it's text-based, and you can share it between users. And what I mean by share it between users, somebody may have a large database of files and you're wondering, where is this file at? And when this application is done, you will be able to connect to a central hub on the internet, and then you can literally say, where is my file, or where is this file, and then people can chime in, or the software, if they configure it to automatically chime in, will say, okay, I'm accepting query requests, so they want to know where this is. I'll look in the database. If I have it, I'll send it back to them, so that way they know where to find it. And it's a way of sharing data, because one of the central themes around this is being able to share data, whether it's a load order or a database, a sorting database, text. They're all text files. You can type them in. And then you can import and export certain sections of text files if you want. Like somebody says, oh, I like the way you've got your sorting set up. Well, here, take this, and then you tell the program to import it, and it will put it. It will actually merge it into your sorting list. And that's the whole design philosophy. There's a lot to test, but we can do the same thing here, because this is what the program did. This is the name of the file, and it is a relative file. So it does not look at the actual name, which would be, let's say the Fallout 4, that's the actual file name, or the full path and file name, or they call it the full file name. It will strip that off. So if it's found in meshes or textures, that's also going to show up. So that would be up here in the file name. So I actually have 39 archives which have that file in it. And that's all that means. This file is found 39 times in these archives. And that's repeated through the length of this file. Now I can put this on a Google Drive if you want. It just literally has the file names. You're going to want to ignore this first part here, because that's going to be on my system. What you're looking for is this part right here, which is the name of the file. So if we did a find and then we do this, it's going to be exactly the same thing, which it popped up right here. So that is found in one archive, at least one that I have, and it's Anarch's Leader's Almanac. I don't know how other mod managers do it, because I want to be able to quickly integrate databases, and what plugin do I need. Like if I got a load order over here and all of a sudden it says it needs a plugin, this plugin is bad, all I got to do is say, well, where is it, what's it contained in, and then I can find it, and then I can add that archive to my game. So it lets me dynamically look up where things can be. So that's how I did it. It's all done programmatically. I coded it to do that. But like I say, if you need that database, let me know. I can put on a Google Drive, and you can look up anything that's in that database, like any file. So you can look up DDSs. You can even do something like this, Workshop Framework, if you're curious. And you'll see that there's one instance of the source code. But if you're looking for PEX, you'd have to put like a PEX up here or something. Let's see if that'll even work. There might not even be one in here. Or is there? Yeah, there's not one in there. At least not like that. Um, but you literally can look that up. You can look if you're looking for a particular image. If you know what an image is, let's say you're looking for, I'm not really sure what image it would be, but if you know it's like a sword or something, you could look up sword, and I don't, now you wouldn't see something like sword DDS because it would be called something else, but we can try, well, there you go. So sword DDS has 7, I have 7 files, and there's 7 files that I have in this database, and it's, these are the database. So it's these are the archives that will have that file in it. Elite Infiltration, Weaponsmith, and things like that. So I hope that helps. Let me know if you need anything else, and I will definitely see what I can do.